Yeah. Yep. Definitely that wasn't anticipated to this degree on the goods spending. And nobody knows how long it'll last either. How are people going to get sick of renovating at home and building decks, or are they going to keep wanting to do it? It's hard to know. Um, was the chamber supportive of that calls to use the National Guard or the military at some of these port facilities to try to help, drive some trucks or help in the warehouses? Do you think that would make any difference?
Well, let me tell you what we know. So, back in the 1990s, the majority of the sort of long haul trucking operations that were done by the military were outsourced to the private sector. And today, a lot of the drivers who do movements for the National Guard for the military are, in fact, truck drivers during their day jobs. So we think, while we think that if the National Guard was in fact employed to do this work, I think what would result is the essentially the states and the federal government would be pulling truck drivers away from their day jobs, serving specific customers and specific supply lines, and pulling them to serve different routes and different markets. So I think what would ultimately happen is you would have a short-term distortion in service levels across the country as all these truck drivers were pulled from their normal routes to serve to serve a Port of LA or Port of Long Beach, for example. So I'm not sure if that would result in a long-term solution or even a short-term solution. You might see a drop in congestion at the ports of LA and Long Beach or wherever those drivers are shifted towards. But I think on the back end, you would see a decrease in service and delivery for those routes those drivers were pulled from to serve.